Happy Friday, another winning day, 12 and 3 run. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and it is Friday, baby. That's right, we got more basketball to talk about. I'm excited. Another winner. That's right, 12 and 3 run. But I may be just as excited about a new betting research segment that we have today, so stay tuned for that. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be about game bets. If you guys are people that don't always do player props, you like game bets, this will help you out. So, also, of course, it's Friday, so it is Centers Day. We will give you some information on the centers and defenses and all that good stuff. So, just a reminder, I am heading out of town early tomorrow morning or whatever day you're actually watching this video, but early Friday morning, go watch my sister in the state volleyball tournament. So, probably no NFL player prop video, but I will get a short out. I'll get all the info out for my favorite bets and all that. I got a little bit of a road trip, so I'll be sure to get that research in still. But other than that, guys, I'm ready to roll in this video. We talk all things centers and the defenses against them. We talk the spread and over under. I need someone to give me a new name on this segment. Also, this one might be a little tricky, just so you know. But you know what? In this community, I trust. So go leave a comment below after you see the segment and just leave me a name. We need a fun name for this one too. Again, we will announce which name we're using for that 3 point shooter one here pretty soon too. So then we're gonna go over our best bets today, and it's Friday, so we gotta have a Friday parlay. I feel a winner coming on. Then we end it with the bets recap to give it all on one page for you guys. And that's all we got. I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to talk basketball. I'm excited. Let's keep this freaking hot streak going. But before we do, hit that like button. Leave a comment below like you guys are doing. These videos are just growing, are just getting huge right now because of you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. The subscribers, for all you new subscribers, welcome into the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. We do NFL, MLB, NBA, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So it's time. Let's go. It starts with the bets recap. It's short and simple. That's right, baby. The Magic +3. What an ending to that game. If you guys were watching, kind of a back and forth game. Magic had a good lead. Then the Atlanta Hawks came back. Magic had a shot to try to win it or take the lead at the end. They did not hit it, but you know what? They only lost by one because they did not foul in time. Magic +3 is a winner. Thank you, Orlando Magic. That was a good game in Mexico City, though. As you can see, 12 and 3 run, but it doesn't mean anything. We're on to the next day already where the grind is on. There's the records below. That's the breakdown of all our bets, just so you guys have an idea what we're doing well on, what we're not doing well on. As you can see, the game bets are now in the plus money, plus +0.9 units. The money line parlays 4 and 2, 2.17 units. We are now up 2.73 units. It's a trickle, but we've dug out of that early season hole that we were in. So let's keep it rolling. And it starts with the betting research for some centers. Here we go. Let's talk some big man. That's right. It is centers day. So Monday's point guard, Tuesday shooting guard, small forward is Wednesday, power forward Thursday, and centers on Friday for the last 15 days of stats. That's what we're rolling with right now. Leave a comment below if you have any other suggestions or anything that would also help you guys out because we are in this together. But most points per game given up to centers this year in the last 15 days. Again, that's pretty much the whole season. The Wizards, the Mavericks are just struggling defending the paint. They just don't have any big men or anything, so you're going to see them up there a lot. They allow quite a few points in the paint as well. Pacers, they play at an extremely high pace, hence their name. Pelicans, Hornets, so on and so on. But hopefully this helps you with some player props. Again, I don't think this should just be something you look at and go, oh, I got to bet this player because they give up a lot. It should be a part of your handicap. If it's something maybe you're on the fence with and you're close to making it your best bet, and then you see something like this and it really helps you out, maybe that's what gets you over the top. But I just want to point that out. It's not the end all be all. The centers in the league with the most points per game in the last 15 days, just to kind of help give you guys some matchups. Of course, it's Joel Embiid, 31.7 per game. Jokic, 29.1. Anthony Last Davis, 25 points per game. I think he's already hurt again. But and so on and so on. I think Sengun for the Rockets is questionable or maybe out this game, but something to keep in mind. But those are the centers averaging the most points in the last 15 days. Now let's check out some rebounds with the big men. Thunder, number one. And by number one, I mean dead last. They are giving up the most rebounds per game to the center position at 18.57. Chet Holmgren is a stud still, but they are still giving up some rebounds. So that's the defense is giving up the most rebounds on the left side right there in the last 15 days. And then you guys got the centers on the right side. Not really any surprises. The 19-year-old Duran for the Pistons is up there at number 7, averaging 11.2 per game in the last 15 days. But Gobert over 13. Mitchell Robinson, him and Julius Randle are just beasts on the glass. They can score or they can get the boards quite a bit. They both, I think, average over 10 rebounds a game now. But other than that, that's the centers, that's the rebounds. Maybe you guys like to combine the points and rebounds prop, maybe one or the other. But I hope this helps just part of your handicap for the center position. Again, the other numbers I gave out, they're still going to be pretty similar for a few days. So go check it out if you're looking at point guards, shooting guards. Take a screenshot of all five of these, and hopefully you can have it throughout the weekend. Because as you know, we don't do these long videos on the weekends. Gotta have that family work balance. So that's what we got for the centers. Now, something I'm excited about. Let's get into a new research segment. We are introducing a new betting research segment today. Now, we talk a lot of player props on this channel. We do make game bets and moneyline parlays and all that, but for you guys that love to bet the spreads, love to bet the over-unders, this one is for you. Hopefully it helps you out. Before we check it out, be sure to see home and away. Sometimes teams are a lot better at home than away, of course. We may include it into this segment as the year goes on. Bear with us. First time we're doing this one. But let's get into it, and it starts with those against the spread records. There we go. Don't be confused. This is simple. We can get through this. So here we go. The top 10 teams against the spread right now. So the ATS against the spread, 7-0 for the Philadelphia 76ers, 7-0-1 for the Nets, so on and so on. These are the best 10 teams right now against the spread. Now you can see the glossary for all the definitions in case you do not know it or you're new to betting or basketball or whatever it is. The ATS plus minus, that's how much they've on average covered the spread by. So the Philadelphia 76ers have covered the spread all 7 games, and on average, they've actually covered the spread by more than 7 points per game. So that's what that means. The plus is what you covered over. The only one in the negative here is the Wizards, 4-3 against the spread, but overall, on average, they've actually not covered the spread. They've actually not minus 1.1 points. So obviously, that can be because they lose by 31 game and win by 7 the next or something like that. But I thought that would help just to kind of give you an idea, like who's not only covering the spread, but who's covering it by quite a bit, just to kind of give you an idea. The Houston Rockets on the very bottom, 4-3 against the spread, but they are covering it by 8.5 points, so not too shabby. But those are the best 10 teams against the spread. Now let's get into the next page, talking a little over under. So there's a lot here, but hopefully you guys can read it and everything. The left side is the over team. So those are the best over teams in the NBA right now, starting with the Indiana Pacers and Spurs. They are 7-1 to the over. So as you can see, the total plus minus, same kind of thing. So if it's plus, that means that's how much they're going over by. So the Indiana Pacers have gone over in 7 of 8, and they've gone over by an average of 13.3 points over that total in the game. And then the San Antonio Spurs, same thing, so on and so on. So they're all on the pluses on the left side. And the right side is the best under teams. That's why you see all negatives, because that's how much they've gone lower than the under on average. Hopefully that makes sense. But the Orlando Magic, the number one under team in the league right now. I actually did not include the game they just played against the Hawks, but I do believe they ended under on that one too. But I'll have to check. And then New York Knicks. So they are 2-6, but they have gone under by more than anybody else in the NBA on an average of 11.4 points per game. This Knicks team is struggling offensively, especially in Madison Square Garden. But then Lakers, Warriors. Kind of surprising to see the Warriors and Nuggets, but obviously it's against the total, and maybe they've been just getting some high totals this year. So hopefully this helps you guys out just a little bit to know, here's the best over teams right now. And again, maybe check at home, like the Pacers. They score the second most points in the NBA at home, so they're legit there. And then you got some under teams. Magic plays slow. Some of it's pace, some of it's defensive ratings, all that kind of stuff, and how these teams play. But hopefully this helps you out. Now, can you guys give me a name for these 2 pages? That is going to be the trick. So let's get a fun name for this new segment, but I like it. I kind of want to keep it up maybe once a week if we can. But leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this helps you out so you guys know what teams are doing against the spread. Because remember, it's not just about the team. It's about the number and the books and everything like that. So that's what we got. That is the new betting research segment. And now, before we get into the best bets, let's talk a little LeBron free square with Thrive Fantasy. All right, for those new subscribers to the channel and the people that have been here for a while, Thrive Fantasy is a partner of ours. 100% first deposit match up to 250. That's right. It is a high amount, and every once in a while they raise that up to 500. But guys, you got to take advantage of this. Use the promo code Jabo to get this, and they also, with the new users, they give you a free square. All you have to do is add this LeBron over a half a point as the free square today for Friday. Add it to another leg. You get a 2-leg parlay, 3, 4, or 5, whatever one you want to make. Now, just a heads up, you get a $250 matching bonus, but you don't have to use all that money on your first bet. You can do whatever you want with it, but I'm telling you, you put 250 in, they give you 250. You already have 500 in your account, and you have one of your legs on your first parlay. Pick one of the props I'm doing this video. Pick one of the props that you love, and go win some more money. You can win 5.2 times your bet on a three-leg parlay, and you only need to put two more in with that free square. So Thrive Fantasy eligible in over 30 states. Use the promo code JABO. All right, it's time. Let's talk some best bets. All right, bet number one takes us out to San Antonio, Texas, where we got the Spurs hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. T-Wolves -6, over under of 225.5. Some notes about this game real quick. T-Wolves just beat a couple good teams at home, but they are 0-2 so far to start the year against the spread on the road. Early, small sample size. Spurs 1-2 against the spread at home this year. This game is all about one player for me. It is Mr. Anthony Edwards, over 37.5 PRAs at -110 on DraftKings. I was so very close to taking his points prop at 26.5 and going over, but I'm going to go PRAs on this one. So Edwards becoming one of the best players in the NBA. I mean, let's just face it. He's playing unbelievable right now. It's the player that we all kind of expected him to be as he's growing and maturing. Going up against the Spurs team that is just so awful at defense, guys. 29th in defensive rating, 7th in pace, which means bad defense and a lot of possessions. Gotta love that. Spurs also happen to give up the fourth most points and the third most assists to shooting guards this season. Edwards has scored over 30 points alone in 3 of 5 games, just in the points part, and covered this total in just two games ago against the Celtics. He had 38 points alone. I mean, that's just wild. This guy could easily get close to 40 if he's just on and having one of those nights. The other part of his game that has improved is his passing. He has 6, 7, and 8 assists in his last 3 games. I also don't mind just points and assists if you want to do that. But it's going to be his third road game of the season. He's played a lot of home games so far, but guess what? He's a superstar. It should not matter. In 2 road games this year, 43 PRAs against the Hawks, 41 PRAs against the Toronto Raptors. I mean, guys, if you don't have his PRAs line, like I mentioned, take his over 26.5 points. But I think this guy has a great freaking night of basketball. So give me Edwards over 37.5 PRAs. All right, the second game takes us out to Sacramento, California, where we got the Kings hosting the Oklahoma City Sonics. The Thunder Sonics -2.5, over under of 224.5. We're going back to the well, and if you watched a couple days ago, you know what that means. SGA over 11.5 rebounds plus assists at -105 on DraftKings. The line moved up one. When we won it last time, it was at 10.5. Now it's 11.5. I still don't think it's high enough. He is an absolute cover machine when it comes to RAs. He averages 13.4 RAs this season, so he's averaging 2 more than this line, just if he has an average night. He has 13 or more RAs in 6 of 7 games this year. He can do this in a variety of ways, like I mentioned, whether it's rebounds, assists. He's solid in both. He sometimes will have a great rebounding game and a slower assist game. Either way, they always end up being enough. But he's facing a Kings team that's 18th in defensive rating. Nothing special on defense at all. They will be without De'Aaron Fox, just FYI. I also don't mind his PRAs total, but his points prop is at 30.5. It's pretty high, but this guy's been scoring like he's just been unbelievable lately. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go SGA over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. As I lose my voice, I'm so excited about the bet. More on this game later, and let's move on to bet number 3. All right, the final bet takes us out to the nation's capital where we got the Wizards hosting the Charlotte Hornets. What a barn burner. We got the Wizards -2, over under of 242 in this game. Wizards won this matchup 2 days ago, 132 to 116, and now it heads back to Washington. Both teams are 2-5. Both suck. What else do you want me to say? They just suck. They really do. Against the spread records, Wizards 1-1 against the spread at home. Hornets 2-1 against the spread on the road. Who freaking cares? It's a player prop. It's a player that everyone just cannot wait for me to talk about. Give me Mark Williams over 13.5 points at -125 on DraftKings. I was very, very close to taking this points prop 2 days ago when they faced the Wizards, where he ended up. Well, I'll talk about that actually, how he did in that game. But I'm going to take it this time. He's been playing really well lately. He is unbelievable with his field goal percentage right now, guys. His field goal percentage is 83%. Get this, he is 33 for his last 37. That's right. Now, listen, I know he's not shooting that far from the rim. He's getting easy buckets, but I don't care. He is freaking efficient. It's been unbelievable. He's gone over this point total in 3 straight games. Now, the last game against that Wizards, like I just talked about, he only played 18 minutes due to foul trouble, due to being a blowout, all this stuff, and he still scored 14 points in those 18 minutes, and he covered. In the 2 games before that, when he played more minutes, he scored 19 and 27. As you saw today in the research help I gave out for centers, no team in the entire NBA gives up more points to the center position than the Washington Wizards, 27.88 per game. This line I think is a little low just because the beginning of the year he didn't play as much, and last game he only played 18 minutes due to foul trouble and all that. Again, he still went over, so it's a nice buy low spot I think still. But before that, like I said, he played 27 and 30 minutes. He is a big part of this team. 2.5 point spread. I think the Hornets are going to be a lot more competitive in this game than getting blown out like last game. So give me the center for the Hornets, Mark Williams, over 13.5 points as my third bet. And now it's time to talk a little Friday parlay. All right, we got a four-legger for you today for the second edition of the Friday Parlay plus 318 on DraftKings. Here we go. 76ers money line, Celtics money line, Thunder money line, and Laurie Markkinen 20 plus points. I know it's a little weird. I got four legs this time. I'm playing it safe, as you guys can tell. But here we go. 76ers money line. Just going to say a few little things about each one. They're playing really well, as we all know. 7-0 against the spread this season. They seem to just be playing more as a team without James Harden. Dare I say they're a better team without James Harden? Obviously, adding Kelly Oubre helps, but I just like how they're playing. Pistons are struggling. They just are. I don't see any reason why Embiid and the 76ers don't just blow them out. They're 8.5 point favorites. I just need them to win. Next one, Celtics money line. I shouldn't have to waste too much time on this. They are at home against the Nets, 10.5 point favorites. Here's what the problem is for the Nets. Cam Thomas, he's going to be out for a while. Ben Simmons, questionable. Cam Johnson, questionable. Nick Claxton is still out. He has been for a while. I just need them to win. They're at home facing a team that's beat up, 10.5 point favorites. I just need them to win. The next one, the Oklahoma City Thunder money line. That is their team name. This is supposed to be the bet that's the hardest to hit if you go by the odds and everything, but I don't understand why they're such small favorites. I really don't. They are facing a Kings team without De'Aaron Fox, and they've been without De'Aaron Fox the last four games. And how have they done? They've gone 1-3, losing to the Warriors and then the Rockets twice, and then squeaked out a win against the Blazers. This Thunder team is good. I've been mentioning it since the NBA preview video. If you guys watched that, they are a very good young team, fun to watch. SGA and all these boys, Giddy, Chet Holmgren's having a hell of a year. I picked him to win Rookie of the Year in the preview videos. So far, so good. I know Wemby's a stud too, but Thunder, you think, well, they're on the road. Be careful. They're 2-0 so far against the spread on the road. Small sample size. They've beat the Bulls and the Cavs outright on the road so far this year. This version of the Kings team right now without De'Aaron Fox, it's just not very good. He is their floor general. He pushes the pace. He is everything to this team. Give me the Thunder to win. I think they win by 5 to 10 points. If you just want to take the -2 on its own, you can do that too. I got the Thunder money line. Now the fourth and final leg, the only one that's a player prop. Our boy, the Jabbo Hall of Famer, 20 plus points for Mr. Laurie Markkinen. As long as Jordan Clarkson doesn't shoot 57,000 times this game, I don't think that he should have any problem scoring 20 or more. His original line is 24.5 on this one. I just need 20. He's facing the Grizz. He's done this in 6 of 9 games, but the 3 games he did not score 20 or more, he scored 19, 19, and 19. I mean, guys, this guy has not scored any less than 19 points this year. I just need 20. I think he can do it. Give me Laurie Markkinen. I think he scores 25 or more in this game. I'm just going to call it out, but I only need 20. So that's the Friday parlay. 76ers, Celtics, Thunder, all on the money line. Laurie Markkinen, 20 plus points at plus 318 on DraftKings. That is Friday, November 10th. Let's check out the bets recap. All right, we start with Anthony Edwards over 37.5 PRAs, -110 on DraftKings. Again, I almost went with over 26.5 points. It was a close one for me, so I like either. SGA over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Let's ride it again, -105 on DraftKings. Then Mark Williams of the Charlotte Hornets over 13.5 points at -125 on DraftKings. And we end it with the Friday parlay. Thunder, Suns, Celtics, and Len Laurie Markkinen 20 plus points. Let's get another sweep, guys. We've been on a roll. I want to stay hot. I want to end the week really well. As you guys know, or for those that are new to the channel, we don't do these long videos on the weekends. These take a lot of time to prepare, edit, record, all that. I got 2 little ones, a wife. Got to balance the family and work life. So that's what's going on. And I'm heading out tomorrow. Wish my sister luck at the state volleyball tournament and root her on. So it's got a full weekend. Hopefully, you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back again on Monday for the NBA bets, and I'll have a short out for the NFL player props. Be sure to go check out our other NFL video for best game bets this year or this weekend. It's out now. So thank you guys for the support. Appreciate you guys listening to me day in and day out. Hope everyone has a good one. We'll talk to you soon.